हेलो एवरीवन, मेरा नाम है श्रीधर एंड वेलकम बैक टू अ न्यू एपिसोड ऑफ दिस एआई जर्नी जहां पे हम स्टार्ट कर चुके हैं पाइथन मास्टरी. So in the previous chapter I have told you about the installation and configuration, but now we will start the real Python. So we will go from basics, बहुत ही minute basics से start करेंगे. So that's why I have selected the first topic, which is how Python code actually works. अगर आप कोई भी एक पहला लाइन लिखेंगे और दूसरा लाइन लिखेंगे तो how the Python code actually understand, like how Python or the machine understands the Python language and how it works. So for that, we will just deep dive into the concept of a Python interpreter and we'll understand the two important ways of interacting with Python interpreter. So let's start interactive mode versus script mode. First, we will understand what actually happens when you write the code. For example, if I say um, x is equal to 5, y is equal to 7, and I will just say x plus y. And what we will do is x plus y we will save in C or something. Then we will just type print C. Okay. What will be the answer? Of course, 5 plus 7 is 12. You will get this answer. Now, if you write this in a Python language, it is quite easy. You can just directly write 5 plus 7. You will obviously get 12. You don't have to do this variable assignment. Now, how your machine will understand? First, you will write code. This is your code. This will go to something called Python interpreter. Now, अगर आप किसी दूसरे लैंग्वेज में बात करते हो तो you always need a translator. But to translate it, you have to interpret, like we have to understand what they are telling. So here comes the important concept of Python interpreter. It will interpret, it will understand your code line by line. It will go through the line number 1, okay, then it will go to the line number 2. Line number 2 might be print the output, or you can directly type print whatever you want to type. The code, the Python interpreter will understand the code line by line and then it will provide the output. Let me show you how the actual things work. So first you will go, imagine this is you who is writing a Python code. Imagine this is you who is writing a Python code. You have written some code. For example, you have just written print hello world. This is your code. Now what happens is this code, when you press enter or run, it will go to the Python interpreter. Python interpreter will go and understand your code line by line. Okay, it will say, okay, you ask me to print what you are asking me to print, that is hello world. Now what it will do is it will convert your code into machine readable language. You know, it is zeros and ones. So it will convert. First, what it is doing, it is reading your code, then it is converting your code. So it is doing two tasks. First understanding and then converting it into a machine uh, readable language, or the language on the language which is used by the machine to execute the functionality. So what will happen? It will convert it into zeros and ones, whatever sequence it can be, and then the machine will execute the result. Now, for example, you will get hello world as a result. This is the flow with the Python program in itself is following. Now, you said example which I have already told you, print hello world, Python interpreter, it will convert into machine executable format, that is zeros and ones. Then the machine will execute, your CPU or whichever server it is, it will execute and then provide you an output. Now similarly, we will go through the key characteristics of Python interpreter. It reads Python code. As I said, it reads line by line. Then it will check for errors. So whatever error you get in the terminal, you will get it via the Python interpreter. It always go by a syntax. You have to use proper syntax, proper indentations. Then only the Python interpreter will understand what you are trying to write. And then the third thing is executes instructions. Now execute instruction is not by Python interpreter. It actually converts it into machine readable language, and then it will feed it to the machines, the CPU or the compute power of your machine, and then it will get the output and it will display the output. So the Python interpreter is a translator in between whom you and your machine. Now, the important thing is two way to communicate with your interpreter. The first one is interactive mode. The first one comes as interactive mode. Now this is a mode which is quite basic. Okay, this is very easy for operations. It is easy for quick calculations, very good for the beginners. It always starts for it always stands for REPL. Now I'll tell you what this REPL is, but just understand that this is a mode from terminal. No, we are not using any code editor. Like in previous video we have installed a VS Code, but we are not using that because your computer, once you install Python itself, your computer can use a interactive mode to interact with the Python language and give you the output. Now I'll show you how it actually works and what REPL stands for. The REPL is read, execute, print, loop. Now whatever happen is, first your so first the interpreter will read the code. It will read the code. Then it will go to into execution phase. Execution phase. Like it is converting into machine readable language. It is feeding to the CPU and it gets an output. So it will print the output. And once you get the output, the cursor, the loop stands for the cursor point. The cursor point. The cursor will be ready to go back to the code, the initial code, if it has some other components. Otherwise, it will be ready to the execute the next piece of code. Now, let me show you an example. First, open terminal. And if you have installed Python older version, you can just type Python. And if you have, you can try anything. You can type Python or you can just type py. Then you will be into the some information, that is which version you have installed. That 3.14.16 I have installed. Now you will see some purple color or the pink color arrow marks. This shows that you are into the interactive mode of Python. Now we are using terminal. Remember, we are not opening any code editor. We are just using the terminal. So we are into the interactive mode of Python inside the computer terminal. So let me do a basic calculation. 5 plus 7, just click enter and you will see 12. And similarly, if you just say print hello world and you enter, you will get hello world. Or else if you just say x is equal to 5, click enter, nothing will happen, but the Python has stored the value of x. So whenever you just click enter, print x, you will always get 5. Now it is very much um, now it is very much beneficial for the beginners who just want to get an hang of Python, like Python ऐसे actually कैसे work करता है. So it is very easy to learn the Python things, basic calculation. अगर आपको code editors के interface समझ में नहीं आ रहे, so you can just go and open terminal. Second, testing small codes. Now print हो गया, ऐसे बहुत basic codes हो सकते हैं, छोटे छोटे projects हो सकते हैं, बहुत छोटे minute projects. Because remember, यहाँ पे आपको visibility नहीं मिलेगी. एक तरीके से पूरा कोड एक जगह पे लिखा हुआ ऐसा नहीं मिलेगा. इसका मेमोरी भी बहुत शॉर्ट रहता है. लाइक अगर आपने क्लोज कर दिया टर्मिनल नहीं, फिर रीओपन, वहां पे आपको वो वापस वो वैल्यूज नहीं मिलेंगे. क्विक कैलकुलेशन एंड ट्राइंग न्यू आइडियाज आप ऐसे कर सकते हो. सो इसका एडवांटेज है कि फॉर बिगिनर्स इट इज वेरी गुड, बट डिसएडवांटेज ये है कि इसकी मेमोरी परमानेंट नहीं है. सो इट इज जस्ट इंस्टेंट ऑपरेशन. अगर आपको कुछ करना है, यू कैन जस्ट गो एंड डू देयर. The second thing comes as script mode. Script mode is one of the important thing which actually the industry is using. सब लोग यूज करते हैं. Even if you want to build a project, you will use this. So पिछले वीडियो में जब मैंने आपको बताया था कि we can create Python files on an code editor with different formats. सो मैंने IPYNB से आपको बताया था कि IPYNB हाउ इट वर्क्स. दिस इज नथिंग बट IPython नोटबुक, बट एक्चुअली वी ऑलवेज यूज py इन द प्रोजेक्ट फॉर्मेट. हम हमेशा .py यूज करते हैं. .py स्टैंड्स फॉर पाइथन फाइल. सो बिफोर दैट आपको क्या करना पड़ता है, आपको फर्स्ट हम समझते हैं कि स्क्रिप्ट मोड एक्चुअली है क्या. नाउ इफ यू आर राइटिंग मल्टीपल लाइन्स, लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं यहाँ पे लिख दूंगा कि एज इज इक्वल टू 16. फिर मैं एक कंडीशन लगाऊंगा कि इफ एज is greater than or equal to 18, then print you can vote, and then else print you can't. So this is the basic uh, program I have written. Now this is a piece of code. It is multiple line of code. Now for this we have to create a .py file so that line by line reading interpreter की होगी तो multiple lines के through it will go through and it is saved permanently. This is the important thing. If you close the file and then again reopen, you will still have the same code. Best for real projects and easier to maintain. See, it's a file which is saved on your hard drive, machine hard drive. If you want to upload it on GitHub, you can do it easily. Now, always remember the script mode usually works by saving your file, because you are saving that file onto your hard drive, onto your machine, the local machine which you are using. So you always have to save it, then you have to run, and then you have to run it via terminal. There are so many options to open the terminal. I'll let you know how you can open the terminal using the different methods. But yeah, then once you click on run, you will get an desired output which you have written in a piece of code. Now let me just go quickly through the differences between two modes, that is interactive mode and the script mode. The interactive mode is actually instant because as I have shown you that the calculations are very basic and very immediate. So if you just, because it's a just one line of code, so it is very instant to execute. But what script mode is, it's a multiple line of code. So that's why it is actually fast. Basically वो fast तो है, but because it has to go through line by line, it may take some time. That time can't that time is not that much absolute in nature, but it will have a milliseconds of thing. Best use case scenario is testing for interactive mode and projects, because in future when I'll show you the projects that will be in script modes, like we are using .py files. Can you save the code in interactive mode? No, but you can save the interact codes on script mode. Then multi-line, interactive mode is limited to 1 or 2 lines, but script mode is actually you can write how much ever you want according to your projects. Now let me show you an example of script mode. First I'll open the terminal again, and I do have a root file which I have used, but I'll just dir. So mkdir stands for make directory. Mk stands for make, dir for directory. I will use what you can say, Python example. I'll just use this one. Click in it, and now once I run this command, make directory Python example, we have created a Python new folder. You can also do this thing by just clicking on start and go to your area, any folder, right click and go to new and create folder. You can do this as well, but opening through terminal, it is quite easy. So now what I will do is I will go to this folder. Okay, I will just go to this folder. CD means change directory. The directory was earlier in this, but now I want to enter inside my example folder. So I am in the example folder. Then I will write code. It will open your code editor. But if I press dot, it will open the code editor with this file as a reference. So it will open this file. Now just wait. VS Code will open. Yeah, now VS Code has opened with the folder which we have created. For example, if you see, that is Python example. Now what we will do is we will create a small file that is example.py. Remember, if you are creating a new file, there shouldn't be any space. Okay, now we have created a .py file, that is a script. We are using the script mode now. Now what I will write is print. You will always get the help from the Python to auto-complete it. I will write my name is Sridhar, and then I will also write, because I just want to make it multiple lines, I will also make it print. Wait, print. I am from Karnataka. Then again some print line. How are you guys? So I'm just basically running some print files. Okay. So these are multiple lines. Now we have to open a terminal to run it. But before that, as I said, you have to save that file. So always press Control S to save it. Otherwise, you can save it from here as well. If you can see, save all. Save all in the sense, if you have different files, you can always create multiple files under the same projects. So you can just click Control S, or you can just come here and click on Save All. Now to open the terminal, you have options. The terminal icon over here, just click terminal and click on new terminal and it will open. Or else you can just use shortcut, that is control and the tilde symbol. The tilde symbol is the one which is below your escape button. So you can just press control and tilde and you will be in this thing like psc and this folder. Run this, I can just write py, or few people can write python py, and you have to write your file name, that is example.py. Because I am already in the root folder, we can just write py.example.py. Once I run it, the print statement will automatically work, that my name is Sridhar, I am from Karnataka, and how are you guys? Now imagine if I write another thing, print I am fine, and just don't save it, but still run the same thing, py example.py. Now, do you see the third option or the fourth option which I have written? No, because you have not saved it. So always save your file and then just run it. Wait, let me just save it. Now run. Now you will get the fourth option as well. So always remember, you have to save your file. You have to mention the exact file which you have to run. If it is a full folder, you have to mention the full folder name. By this, you will execute the script or the project file. Now, I have given you the examples of the interactive mode, REPL, and given the example of script.py. Now, for interactive mode, the beginners are well suited. Like if you want to beginners who are never have any experience of VS Code, PyCharm, or any other editing code editing tools, just go open terminal and do the calculations or do the small operations. For real projects, when you are building something, you have to use the script mode. Now, key takeaways are Python uses as interpreter. So it uses a translator between you and your machine. Interpreter executes codes. Then it is REPL is good for practice. REPL is read, execute, print, and loop. That is interactive mode. It is good for practice, but script mode is good for applications. Both are important. Both are important is because you must have an hang of how actually Python interpreter works. Now let's play some quiz. Okay, it says, what does the Python interpreter do? The options are compiles code to machine language, read, checks, and execute Python code, converts Python to JavaScript, install Python packages. So the correct answer is read, checks, and execute Python code. Now it is correct answer. We'll go to the next one. What does REPL stands for? One second for you. Yes, the REPL stand for read, evaluate, print, and loop. Question number 3. Which mode is best for building real world projects? Interactive mode, script mode, both are same or neither? Obviously, script mode. Always script mode is better to create real world projects. What file extension do Python script use? pyt, pyth, .py, .pt. As I have mentioned, that is .py. Now let's go to interactive mode is most useful for large application. No. Learning and testing small codes. Yes. Deploying websites? No. Managing databases? No. So we just will go to option P, that is learning and testing small codes. The last one is true or false. In script mode, code is lost after closing the file. Is it? It is false because in script mode, everything is saved. So if you remember this, you will remember how the Python interpreter works. So I'll come back with a new topic in the Python Mastery series to learn the Python in a basic and layman terms. Until then, shoot the trouble.